to my YouTube channel. If you see me for the first time, my name is Veebeauty, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for keeping this channel growing. In this video, I'll be showing you a natural everyday glam. If it's something you're interested in, definitely keep on watching. Starting off with a clean base, I'm using the Garnier micellar cleansing water and the makeup wipe to remove every trace of dirt from my face. I'm going in with a hydrating spray from Kiss Beauty to bring back moisture into my skin, and I'm going in with the Msmetics moisture bomb, and I'm focusing that product underneath my eyes, and I'm patterning that product until it is dry. Afterwards, I'm going in with the Msmetics Radiant Aqua Grip Primer, and this just helps to grip my foundation or the makeup I'm going to apply going forward. I apply it all over my face, including my under eye area. I'm going in with the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. This is for oily skin. If you have dry skin, you might want to use a hydrating primer because this is a mattifying primer. So I'm applying this product on my T-zones and blending it properly. So I'm also setting all that products with a setting powder. The setting powder is by BeautybyAD in the shade Tawny, and I applied this product using a powder puff around those areas where I applied the mattifying primer previously. That's my forehead, my nose, the sides of my nose, and my chin areas. I also tend to crease around my smile lines, and I apply this product there. Then I lock in all that skin prep with a setting spray. Next is color correction, and I'm using a concealer. I didn't get an orange concealer, so I just used what I had. It was close to being orange, so I used that. So I'm applying this product on those places where I have discoloration or hyperpigmentation and just post-acne hyperpigmentation, and that is usually around the corners of my lips, underneath my eyes, and below my cheekbones. I'm going in with the setting spray again to enable easy blending of this concealer, and I'm using a brush to slightly buffer that product onto my skin. So you want to take your time with this process because you don't want any patchiness. Next, I'm going in with my foundation, and this foundation is from Veebeauty in the shade Maroon 8. I used just one pump, but I used an additional pump because I felt the one pump wasn't enough. I'm also using a flat brush to apply this product on my face, after which I would use a setting spray to give it that skin-like finish. I'm going in with a flat kabuki brush. If you notice, I am tapping on this product. I am not dragging, especially for individuals who have textured or acne-prone skin. You don't want to drag the product. You'd want to tap, tap, tap. So that's what I'm doing. That is the technique you should use. If I was wearing a blouse that exposed my neck or a little of my chest area, I would have extended this foundation application down to my neck. So the goal is just to have a uniform tone, perfect skin match like it is seen in this video. Now I apply a little foundation onto the beauty sponge. This is to avoid any lift off of products or when I would further blend in the foundation onto my skin. I like this process because it just gives me more a brushed finish. Up next is contour, and I'm using the Avour Cosmetics foundation in the shade 12. I'm applying this product underneath my cheeks, the sides of my forehead, underneath my jaw, and the sides of my eyes. This is to give my face a lift. Following this, I'm using a brush to blend this product. So for the blending technique, for the product at your cheek area, you want to blend upwards and inwards. The idea is to give your face a lift. Then for the products at your jaw, you want to blend that product downwards. This is to give your face a shadow. So, and the product at your forehead area, you would want to blend this product into your hairline. So at the end of the day, there should be no harsh demarcation between these products. You know, everything should be blended seamlessly. That is why I go in with a beauty sponge afterwards to blend everything together. So blending is key in makeup application. Up next is blush application, and I use a cream blush from this lip palette that I have. I mixed 2 shades here to give me a peachy pink shade, and I apply this product at the highest point of my cheeks between where I apply the contour and the outer part of my eye. So like we did the contour, I am blending this product upwards and inwards. Up next is concealer application, and I'm using the Avour Cosmetics concealer in the shade A50, and I'm using a flat brush to spread that product underneath my eyes, at the corners of my eyes, my chin area, and subsequently the bridge of my nose and my forehead. So I'm applying a setting spray before blending. This is to enable me have a seamless blend and to just give me an overall skin-like finish. So the technique in blending matters a lot, because just like you apply the foundation, you also want to tap in this product. You don't want the concealer to go over the borders of where you applied it. So you want to do the tap motion too while blending the product. So it requires a lot of concentration. Yeah. The concealer I am using is about 2 shades lighter than my actual skin tone. You can decide to go 3 shades lighter if you are into a bright under eye. Up next, I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn, and I'm applying this just at the inner corner of my eye just to give us a little brightness. This part is optional, but I just like to do it. And while that is drying out a little bit, I am going ahead to do my nose contour, starting from the beginning of my eyebrows and extending that contour to the bridge of my nose on both sides. Having blended out the under eye concealer, I go ahead with a pressed powder using a tapered brush to set all that cream products in. Then you want to set everywhere you previously highlighted, which is your under eye area, your forehead, the bridge of your nose, and your chin. So always remember, what you set is what you get. You want to eliminate any crease that must have formed underneath your eyes before you go in with a pressed powder. Afterwards, I'm going in with a pressed powder that is the same shade as my actual skin tone, and I'm applying this product in the areas that were not highlighted. So I'm just ensuring that my face is matte. So I like to go in with a setting powder after I use a pressed powder underneath my eyes. It just helps to give my under eye area a more flawless finish. And the setting powder I use is by BeautybyAD in the shade Tawny. Afterwards, I go in with my bronzer, which is from Rimmel London. It's a natural bronzer. I apply that at those areas where I previously contoured. That is my cheekbones, the sides of my forehead, underneath my jaw, and the sides of my nose. For blush application, I use the classic blush palette, and I use a mixture of orange and pink shades, and apply this at the highest points of my cheeks, at those areas where we applied the cream blush previously. Moving on, I'm baking my under eye area using the same setting powder I used previously. So this just helps to give the under eye a little more brightness and to catch any fallout from the eyeshadow application. I did my eyebrow off camera. Please let me know in the comment section if you would like to see how I do my eyebrows. And I'm moving on to eyeshadow application, and I'm using a concealer as my base and setting all that with a setting powder before going in with my eyeshadow of choice. This is an easy eyeshadow. I used mostly browns and a nude shade. Moving on, to finish this look, I went ahead to press all that setting powder in using a tapered brush that was used previously, and I just blended any harsh lines. To reverse contour, I used a dark shade of setting powder. This is just to give the contour more definition, and you can see me smiling there. And moving on to lips, I used a lip stain from Adventure Cosmetics in the shade Chocolate. I'm applying a lip shade from the lip palette I used previously, and also applying a pink gloss over it. Finished off this look using a highlighter and a sealant spray. So there you have it. That's the final look. Thank you so much for watching.